Hello everyone, today we are going to some more topics about chemical equations. Let us do few activities. In your activity 1, before going to activity 1, let us recall what is a chemical reaction once. A chemical reaction is a process in which reactants react chemically and convert into products by chemical transformation. For example, respiration. We inhale oxygen, which reacts with glucose and produces carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So the reaction can be written as C6H12O6 plus 6O2. It will give rise to 6CO2 plus H2O plus energy. So this is nothing but a chemical reaction. So in which reactants react chemically. Okay. Let us do few activities based on chemical equations. So in your activity 1, we are taking 1 gram of quick lime in a beaker and then we are adding 10 ml of water to this. Okay, when we are adding quick lime to water, we will feel when you touch the beaker that you will feel that the beaker is hot. Okay, what is the reason? The reason is calcium oxide is reacting with water, which is nothing but the liberation of heat energy. So when there is a liberation of heat energy, you are feeling the beaker is hot. So calcium oxide is completely dissolving in water and produces colorless solution. Now when you test the nature of the solution with litmus paper, red litmus paper will turns into blue when dipped in the solution. So blue litmus paper doesn't change its color, hence the solution is nothing but basic in nature. So a litmus paper is actually divided into two categories, red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. So if the material or the solution is acidic, the blue litmus paper will turns into red. If the material is basic, the red litmus paper turns into blue. So in acidic solutions, litmus turns red, while in simple solution, it turns blue. Okay, so this is necessary for you to understand before doing the activity. So litmus paper is nothing but we are using as an indicator or the test or the material to test whether the solution is acid or basic in nature. Okay, and litmus is a water soluble mixture of different dyes, okay, which is extracted from lichens. So it is often observed onto filter paper to produce one of the oldest form of pH. You know the pH scale, right? We'll discuss it later if you don't know. Okay, let us come back to our activity now. So here when you are mixing 1 gram of quick lime with 10 ml of water, you are observing that the solution is nothing but a basic solution. In the picture you can see the same thing. Okay, next in activity 2, we are taking 100 ml of water in a beaker and we are dissolving a small quantity of sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate will be basically white in color. Okay, so when you are mixing sodium sulfate in water, it will form a cloudy white solution. Okay, so the aqueous solution of sodium sulfate is white. So barium chloride. Okay, so since we have taken 100 ml of water in a beaker and we have dissolved a small quantity of sodium sulfate and one next solution is barium chloride. So we are taking 100 ml of water in another beaker and we are dissolving a small quantity of barium chloride. Barium chloride will also be white in nature. Okay, solid white its color. Okay, when we are dissolving the barium chloride solution in water, it will be colorless. Okay, so we are having two solutions with us. One is sodium sulfate solution, another is barium chloride, which is dissolved in water. Now observe the colors of the solution as I already told you. Next, what are the colors of the observed solution? The white will be for sodium sulfate and colorless for barium chloride. Now we are mixing two solutions together. Okay, right? So when you are mixing sodium sulfate solution to barium chloride solution, the chemical reaction will take place and a precipitate will be formed. White precipitate will be formed. So precipitate is nothing but an insoluble substance. Okay, a thick insoluble substance as shown in the figure, as shown in the picture you can see. Okay, when you are mixing sodium sulfate and barium chloride, a white precipitate is formed. Okay, next let us see activity 3. So in activity 3, we are taking some zinc granules in a conical flask and in that conical flask, we are adding 20 ml of hydrochloric acid. Dilute hydrochloric acid means we have mixed water in that. Okay, dilute hydrochloric acid to the zinc granules in the conical flask. Now keep a burning matchstick near the mouth of the conical flask. We are keeping the matchstick near the mouth of the conical flask. What happens to burning matchstick? So when you are keeping a burning matchstick near the mouth of a this conical flask, the hydrogen gas which is there, which is coming from the, which is burning, which is coming from the conical flask, will burns with a squeaky pop sound. Okay, the pop is the sound of a small explosion, and hydrogen is recognized by the pop when it burns. You know hydrogen, right? Hydrogen is nothing but a chemical element which is having a atomic number equals to 1, right? So it is a gas with no color and odor and has the lowest density of all the gases. It is a highly inflammable gas. It exists in a diatomic form in nature. So 2 is nothing but the atoms of hydrogen which makes the molecule H2. Okay, so this is all about hydrogen. So from the above activities, you can conclude that during a chemical change, the original substance lose their characteristic properties, and hence this may be with products with different physical states and color, as we have seen in the activity 1. Quicklime, when we are mixing with water, what happens? It produces heat. Now its original properties has been changed, right? Chemical changes may be exothermic or endothermic. Heat may be liberated or heat may be absorbed. They may fall an insoluble substance known as precipitate, as we have seen in the activity 2, right? When we are mixing sodium sulfate and barium chloride, an insoluble substance, white precipitate, is formed. In the last activity, we have seen gas may be involved in our daily life. We observe variety of changes taking place around us. Like in this activity, we have done zinc granules when we are mixing hydrochloric acid, and that a hydrogen gas has been released. So these are the things can happen during a chemical change, right? So what is a chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is a process where one or more substances change into one or more new substances. A plus B, it gives rise to AB. Okay, starting and ending materials differ, often reversible. It may change color, it may change temperature, it may produce odor. Odor is nothing but smell. It may release bubbles or gas, it may release sound or light. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.